Hey everybody, what's up? It's been a while. I have loaded up some tea. I don't know, I think it's peach. And we will be talking how to, or I will be talking, you'll be listening to my sweet voice. We're gonna be creating brushed metal like this. It's kind of a subtle thing. I think it's really nice. It's something that you see on forums, people asking how to make brushed chrome generally, but metal, whatever. It's easy to brighten this or making it darker, less glossy, whatever. It's easy. Well, it's not that easy actually. I've been playing around to get this look for a couple of hours now, so and that's why I wanted to share this with you because I was so proud of myself. What you gonna be needing to have is bercon noise. If you don't have it, you should really have it. It's a free uh, shader or map, whatever you want to. I don't know what's called. I think map is the correct thing to create different noises. We're not really gonna create like advanced noises here, but download it anyway. I know there's a noise map, but you should have bercon. Uh, so, so I have things prepared. Um, just something to work with. I'm gonna see here. I'm using latest Vray, and with latest Vray we have the GGX BRDF, which if you're using this came in Vray 3.1. If you have a lower version, you're not gonna have this. What it does is the specular. It's kind of creating this nice fall off on the specular, which is supposed to be more realistic and it just looks a lot better. You could create this before with the V-Ray blend, basically just creating a shader, add it in a V-Ray blend, duplicating it, and just change the glossiness value, and then blend those two with a Fresnel shader. But I'm just gonna assume that you have this. Let's lower the resolution a little bit. So, with everything reflective, you should have a decent setup with lighting and whatnot. I have a full dome. Set this to spherical, full dome. And I have inside of here a compositing map with two HDRIs. These are free. It's let's see, where is it? Like HRI Labs, I think. So two of the same, but I've just rotated them, and the above layer is just on screen and lower the opacity. So have a decent light, and also this cylindrical V-Ray light. So that's so I'm not going to be covering that. I'm not going to be covering this or this either. It's just a brushed one. This would be this one. I'm going to create this from scratch. So GI, Radiance Map Light Cache, as usual. Nothing special. Well, it's not a render tutorial. It's a shader tutorial. So we should get started. So let's create this from scratch. I'm gonna create a V-Ray material, and this is kind of the surface of this metal is going to be smooth, so I'm not going to be using bump for this. So I want the surface to be nice and smooth. So we're going to create this with reflection, and I also added in the glossiness with a low opacity, but not sure what's mostly like physically accurate or whatever. It kind of gives you a little bit brighter look, but it can be skipped. I'm going to create the noise in the diffuse channel first, just so you can see this a little bit better, how we're going to create this. Something that you see quite a lot is people are doing like this. So always like this. See if we can see, yeah. And they do this. And they're like, yeah, that's awesome. Or just make some tweaks, whatever. But this is not awesome. It's what I've seen in images. You have this nice strokes, but they aren't going around the whole object, which you would get doing it this way. So what we need to do is we need to create, you know what, first of all, let's just create a compositing map. We could have done it right away, afterwards, but compositing, it's like Photoshop, layers, we have blending modes, we have opacity, and we have masking. So then we add on bercon noise, and I have some values here I already know. Now I have this is UV mapped, so I will be using this. For this probably wouldn't matter. But if you have like a bent, you have this, but it's bent, then you don't want the strokes to be like horizontal across everything. It's okay to not use a UV map on if you're gonna use like dots or just fine noise. But we're gonna use lines, so we need to have a proper UV map. So the size is like really small, like this. I'm not using anything more here, I believe, and I want it to be like 3 centimeters and really thin. So that's the first. So we add this on here. Let's see how this looks. Cool. That's nice. Perspective on, so we don't fuck things up. One thing here, filtering strength. Lowering this, otherwise you would not see it from far. Or there's a possibility that you won't see it from far. Now, when that's done, we need to do like this. Could be okay, but I think it's like it's gonna tile. You're gonna see some tiling. It's gonna go 3 centimeters and then it's gonna start over again, and do that over and over again. So what we need to do is we'd make a duplicate of this, and then we have this kind of the same stuff going on here, but we are offsetting with like, I don't know what I have here, like 3, oh come on, like so. I think I actually did an angle just because I could, which maybe is not the most accurate one, but it worked. And of course now this is only the thing that's being shown, so we need to add a mask. I'm gonna add a bercon noise and explicit this. And what else did we do? Or I thought it was better to be a bit more scripted this tutorial. Perlin noise. So that's pretty good. That's all. It looks really like super tiny, but it's not. It would be if I used object, but it's kind of like this. Let's see. That's how it looks on the model. So that's that. Now we have our brush. And that's pretty much the meat of this tutorial. Let's see if we can do a render. Let's just see at this beauty. Wow, it's slow. But but we should not be seeing much of a repetition. We can always blend with more or tweak the offset of things or tweak the mask, but I think we are pretty good. It would be a lot more repetition if we did not make two of these, so I'm pretty happy with that. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna create in the reflection. We want to have a compositing again, and I'm going to create. Oops. Now we're getting slow here. What's going on? Typical. It's going so fine. So we can create like a color here. I want to have some blue tint. What's going on? Oh, I know. It's this. No, it's not. So the reflection, pretty white, but blue. Maybe this is gonna make it so slow when you have this in display in viewport. Fucking annoying. And now we want to copy this, paste copy, boom, here we have it. Awesome, cool. Let's clear this and make this black, diffuse black. This is metal, so we don't want to see that. And in here we probably want to lower this as well, so it's not too much, otherwise it just wouldn't be good. So like that. Let's make a render. That first I want to add a GGX 0.6. The lower the bigger fall off you're gonna be getting, so just add like a 0.9. I think I did like whatever. Just make a render. Let's see how this holds up. See if it looks okay. Yeah, starting to look pretty pretty good. You can see this? Sweet. I like it. Like it a lot. See. I think I have like. I just make it go faster. So we are almost ready. What do you say about that? Pretty quick. Let's see. We are going to create a fall off because it's supposed to be more realistic, having it like, even if you have like blurry, it's supposed to be blurry, like from grazing angles. Most things are a lot more reflective on grazing angles, so that's why I'm gonna set this to like, I don't know, because I can. And we're gonna make a custom fall off here. Just right click, say corner, whoops, dragging this. This is nothing new, like so maybe. And inside of here, this is where this is what I don't know if this is correct to do, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I like the look of it. Instance, so if I change it, so yeah, that's pretty much it. No, that's not exactly how I did it. Well, it is. It's 10%, of course. Oh, I actually copied it wrong. I actually want to copy this whole thing. Just clear this. Copy. Let's make this, like, I don't know, 0.9 perhaps in, and then we don't want this, we don't want it to be so hard. Perhaps just a little bit of glossiness is gonna make the highlights pop. I kind of like that. I think it looked good. So do another render, just see where we are. I think we're starting to be done pretty quick. That's how it goes when you do scripted stuff, or at least having your values in front of you. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I should, but don't. And I like it. I think it looks really good. It's subtle. We could make it darker by lowering the Fresnel. Not sure how accurate that would be, but it's not all about being accurate. And if you don't like this effect, we can always just like, I don't know, remove that. Or instead of playing with that, just having something that you can just turn it off, and now you don't have that. And that's pretty much it. Did I forget something? But I like that. I'm gonna have it. What if we turn this up like 40? Let's be bold. This gets a lot more brighter. And you can definitely see this in the speculars, the highlights. And I like it. But this is too much. It's too much. Is there something else? You know, we can up this, give it a little bit less of a fall off. It's so weird talking to myself. Hate this. Fucking hate this. Okay, but that's pretty much it. Let's make a bit bigger renderer and see if we like it. Like so. I probably I want to just up the quality, because this is kind of fine details. You want to be able to see that. Color threshold, awesome. You can also up the subdivs. Now, as you can see, I have really low subdivs and still looks pretty damn good. It's because I think it's probably Vray 3. They introduced to not divide the subdivs. Before that, everything was like divided and like just a bunch of math that we mortals don't know. Now it's a lot easier and it's a lot quicker when we are doing this stuff. It doesn't have to take like forever to update. So I'm gonna pause this and be back soon. So I kind of redid the render because I had the Fresnel set too low. Must have changed that before. So, but yeah, this is how it looks, and I think I like it a lot. We can always make it more gloss, more blurry if we want to, or whatever inside of here. So this value doesn't really matter anymore because we have a map here. So and it would be this one that we can change. Probably not change that, but we could give it a color. You know, make it, as you can see. Whoa. Make it like so. You know, make it less blurry if we want to. Cool. So hopefully you learned something from this. I know I kind of rushed everything here, but what to take away from this tutorial is basically this, the brush strokes, okay? To not just to not just like do this like you see, but actually having smaller strokes, thin small strokes, and then create another one, maybe even three. You can play around with that and make some offsetting, maybe some angle like I did, and just use a mask to kind of blend these two so we don't get repetition, so you don't see that crap. Okay, so hopefully you learned something. So I know I didn't touch upon this, which I guess we could have used, but I didn't. So don't go hating on me now. Okay. So I guess I see you in like, I don't know, a year. I'm gonna try to make more if I have the time. I'm so busy. So until next time, have an awesome day.